Hello everyone, hello and welcome. It is I, troopersjp. Thank you for joining me as I play through Sundial Games' 2026 quest calendar, The Souls of Saraku, which is a 365-day solo TTRPG where I play the villain Shade Murdstone, who is a shadow elf bone caller trying to become the new evil overlord after the old evil overlord was killed by the heroes of the light. I was like the right-hand person of the old evil overlord and, wanting revenge. And, I first went to the Venom King, Lord Phegor, said, hey, and I was really polite. And I said, would you like to make a deal, an alliance? And he was like, no, get out or I'll kill you. And I was like, all right, let's just go our own way then. You go your way, I'll go my way. And then I took over a city. That was cool. Retook it. And then I went to the dwarves and I said, let's make an alliance. And the dwarves were like, let's do it. And I was like, awesome. Then I came home. And when I came home, I found out that Lord Phegor had invaded my home and has cocooned lots of people. And I'm not happy about it. So as we speak, I am making my way to the throne room so that I can confront and defeat Lord Phegor. I've gone through multiple levels and we're going to find out if we get to him today, on this day, Tuesday, April 28th, 2026, also known as Truce Day, Stormfall 28. And so, let us begin. For the image for today, I am seeing Lord Phegor. So the answer to the question, will we achieve Lord Phegor today? The answer is yes. I'm seeing him. He's out there. He's got lots of legs. He's got a huge, massive battle axe in one hand. And then it looks like a falchion in the other hand. And then also legs. And he looks mad. So I suspect we're going to get into a combat today, everybody. It says... you step into the throne room. By the way, there's no symbols of like pickpocketing or looting or anything. You step into the throne room only to find it consumed by thick webs. Silk Lord Phegor, the Venom King, descends gracefully on a silk thread, his eyes gleaming with amusement. I cannot remember what voice I did for him because it was months ago. I think I was sort of inspired by like a James Earl Jones, like Thulsa Doom. I think that's what I was going for. So, I heard whispers on the threads of an intruder. I cannot say I am surprised to find it is you. He lowers himself further, his voice full of condescension. I sensed your potential when you first came crawling to me for aid. How fascinating to see you rallying the remnants of a broken cause. Perhaps you could have saved them. Had you been here when I claimed what was left of your feeble master's throne, they made a fine offering for me and my children. Okay, well, I have to kill him now. That's rude. Don't like it. Don't like it. So combat for today is going to be complex. It says, combat for today will operate in the following ways. Lord Phegor, the Venom King, has 35 health. I'm going to put this on here. 35 health. I will use 2 dice to remind us that we have 2 Silk Insight and that we then also have 3 web severed. But we will use this for his health. Okay, he has 35 health. You will continue to repeat the combat until you have reduced his health to 0. I can still avoid damage each round by dealing enough damage to stun him. Okay? I will roll a d4 to determine the damage against me for each round. A successful defense roll will allow me to avoid this damage. Okay? The Venom King fights with weapons coated in venom. You will make a constitution roll to avoid getting poisoned. Okay? If I had any luck sabotaging the spider city of Silkrand, I didn't even do it. Not even a look. The Venom King makes tactical use of his silk webs to entangle. You will make a dex check to avoid being restrained. If you are restrained, I'm unable to attack or do damage for the round, but I can still make defense rolls to reduce my damage, okay? If I had any luck taking down his webs, it will aid me here. When making a dex check, add the level recorded for earlier for webs severed to avoid being restrained. Great. The Venom King has nests of several spider eggs. Some are even hidden throughout the continent of Mordath. If I have disturbed any of these, Lord Phegor fights with intense hatred, seeking revenge. If I have crushed spider eggs written down from earlier, which I do, Lord Phegor gains an additional +1 to all of his damage rolls. Oh well. That's fine. Combat reminder. If the enemy dealt damage to you and your constitution result is less than the number I'm poisoned. Oh, wait a minute. That implies that I would only be poisoned if the enemy deals damage to me, which means I probably wasn't poisoned that last time. No, I think I was. It's fine. No, I don't. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, well, it's fine. Right, then we got the restrained thing. Okay, so let's do this combat, shall we? So he descends from the silk thread, and he rushes at me with battle axe and falchion, and he comes zooming across, like with his little legs. There's like a grace to him as he moves across the spider webs that have fulfilled the entire throne room. I'm going to make my first. Well, first I have to see if I'm restrained. Oh, and he shoots out webs at me, right? These sort of webs start to consume me. I need to make this dex check. I will not make the constitution check unless I get damaged. So let's start, though, with the dex check, shall we? I roll a 2 +4 for my dex is 6, +3 for my web severed is an 11, and I need to hit an 8. So I am not restrained. So that's great. That's awesome. I'm going to make the rolls before I narrate it. So let's roll our attack. I roll a 10 plus a 6 is a 16. I need to hit a 14, so we're good. Now I need... Oh, you know what I just realized? So the way the rules work is that... So, like, let me roll my damage right now. So I'm rolling 4 damage. I just rolled an 8, but I have a +1, so that's a 9. So if you recall how the rules work, is that each enemy has a little health number. And if you exceed that health number, you stun it, and so it cannot strike back at you. But Lord Phegor's health is 35, which means that 9 damage that I did will not be enough to stun him, which means he's going to attack me back. Okay, so we're cooking with gas, my friends. So we're gonna have to do these rounds a little bit back and forth now, it seems. All right, so he comes in, he rushes at me, webs shooting. I'm able to sort of slide past the webs. They do not restrain me. I move past and I say, "All right, Lord Phegor, why don't you take this?" And I sort of spin through the air, and I make this sort of like, as I spin through the air like a shadow, I sort of slide past him, and I stab upward right underneath, right where some of the chitinous armor, so there's a gap in the armor, and I stab, but it's somewhere like in his midsection. He's quite powerful, and I'm going to take his health down from 35 to 26. And I make this like deep, heavy stab inside, and he spins around, and he takes both his weapons, and he coming, just like a whirling, like two-handed attack. And I notice as he's coming in that his blades both are coated in poison, and they come at me, and I need to make a defense roll right now. My defense is a +4. I'm pretty sure that is correct, that I'm not lying to you. It is. My defense is a +4. His attack roll is a 13. So I need to beat that 13. And I roll a 17, which means I don't take damage, which means I don't have to roll the Constitution check to avoid the poison. That's how that works. So I come in, and he, with both these blades, tries to like hit me as I've got this blade right underneath him, right in the sort of the gap in his like midsection, his abdomen, and he brings both of these weapons down. But I'm able to I just move, I like melt back into the shadows. Oh, right. That's how this fight goes. I melt back into the shadows where the webs are. And he goes, "Where are you?" And I say, "Find me." And with that, we go to round two. And to start round two, I have to roll to see if I'm restrained, my dex check. I roll a 5, plus 4 is a 9, plus 3 for the web severed is a 12, which is good. So I fade back into where the webs are, but I'm able to be very careful not alert him to my presence. But I realize I can use the webs themselves to my advantage, and I tug at one of the threads, causing him to rush towards where he thinks I am, but I am not there. Instead, I roll a 5 to hit, plus 6 for my attack, which makes that an 11, and I need a 14. I will use my Ghostly Echo Strike and re-roll that. Let me do that. Let's just do that for the moment. I roll a 14. You can't see, it's cut off. A 14, that's more than enough. So I'm going to hit him, and let's just roll damage first so we can get a sense of oh man, what terrible damage. 4? Ooh. Ooh, not great. Okay, let's take his damage down from 26 to 22. I do not like that. 22. So he rushes towards where he thinks I am, but I'm not there. He looks around confused as I emerge from the shadows, and I do a shield bash on him this time. It's a glancing blow. It doesn't do too much damage, and he smiles as he says, I'm rolling my defense. Turnabout is fair play. I roll a 16, by the way, for my defense. Plus 4 is a 20. A turnabout is fair play. And he takes to the falchion, and he decides to go right at my face, thinking that because I did a shield bash, my shield would not be ready, and I would be an open and easy target. But what he didn't realize was that my strike was a ghostly echo strike, and where he thought I was, yet again, I was not. And he turns around. "Where are you? Face me!" Let's roll my round 3 dex. I make the dex check. I'm not restrained. I'm fine. Let me roll my damage. Attack roll. I roll a 3 to attack. There's no way I'm getting to a 14 with that. Okay, there's no way. I mean, that's a 3. There's no way I've got to get to a 14. I'd need another 11, and I do not see it happening. So, he's not quite certain who I am. But I come out of the shadows again from his flank, and I sweep with my serrated blade. But he sees my reflection and dodges out of the way, and then with his poison blades comes at me in return. We're in round 3, and I'm rolling my defense. I roll a 13. Plus 4 is a 17. He doesn't hit me. But as I miss and he comes at me once again, I slide underneath him, dodging him. Now I'm behind him. Now I'm going to press the attack. We're in round 4. I need to roll my dex to see if I'm restrained. I am not restrained. Let me roll my attack, however. I roll a 13. Yes, 13 plus 6. That's a 19. Let me roll my damage. 8. I'm okay with that. That 8 will take him down from 22 to 14. So I slide underneath him. And as I'm going underneath his belly, I just stab his underbelly multiple times with my serrated blade of sorrows. And as I make my way out to the other side, I say, "What do you have for me?" But he is not dead, and he comes right at me. I defend myself with a 19, and he comes with like a dual strike both times at once, same tempo. And I realize having two weapons coming at you is difficult to defend against, but I'm able to parry one and block the other, and I hiss. "You made a mistake at underestimating me, Phegor, the Venom King." And I need to roll to make sure I'm not restrained. I roll a 9. I'm good. Let me attack him. Let me attack him. I roll for my attack a 15 plus 6. It's a 21. It's grand. Let me roll my damage. I roll... Oh, look at this. I roll a 15 plus 1 is a 16. He only has 14 hit points left. This is it. This is it. This is it. Sorry. I'm going to kill him right now. I'm going to kill him. Once you've defeated Lord Phegor, who retreats up to the ceiling. So he doesn't die. All right, let me see. Yes, the mistake you made was to underestimate me. I may not have originally been the evil overlord, but I am now. And with that, I throw some bone dust out of my pouch, and the bones, the skeletons of the people that he has sucked dry, the minions that I have gathered, they all come to life, and they grab at him, and they start ripping at him, and he realizes he's going to be defeated, and so instead he rappels up into the ceiling, into the darkness of this huge sort of like a throne room, and he retreats, and I say, "Coward." But in his retreating, right, they've ripped at him, and so gold coins rain down from his pouches as he retreats, and I'm going to get 2d12 gold. So I roll 14, and I've got 29, so that will take me from 29 to 43 gold. I feel pretty good about that. But also, that is apparently the end of today's session. We defeated... Look, he's not dead. No body, it's not over. We have defeated phase 1 of this boss battle, I guess. How did you do? Yeah, so let's... Look, comment. We're done. If you liked it, like, subscribe, leave a comment. But let's be back tomorrow. I can't wait to find out what happens next time tomorrow on the Souls of Saraku. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Bye.